Hi, it's Debbie from Creatively Yours and welcome to my 74th Flosstube video. It's Friday the 22nd of January and it's my day off. Fridays is always my day off. And I thought I would come back to film a whip update and show you some haul I had, and I had a couple of finishes. So let's start with all those things. I'm first going to show you my finishes. Firstly, there were a couple of freebies going around, and the first one I saw was a wonderful Valentine's Day freebie, or you could see it as a Valentine's freebie, and I thought this month me and my boyfriend Jobelan are 5 years together, so normally we don't celebrate those anniversaries, or we don't do that, but because we love each other 365 days a year. So, but I thought because it's 5 years and this was a wonderful freebie, I thought I would stitch it up for him. So I'm going to show you. This is my fully finished, finished and fully finished Lizzie Kate A Hug Will Do. I gave it to him yesterday and he really liked it, and yeah, he loved it. Red is his favorite color. It is a bit wonky because this is not the... If I had the option to go for another frame, I would, but everything is closed because of lockdown, and everything is closed. So this is a corona frame. And yeah, but I like it anyway. So this was a Lizzie Kate freebie, and you can find it on her website, or their website. Then I have two fully finishes I already finished. I showed you last time, but I can't show you the fully finished objects because they are already given to my niece. So I'm going to insert two photos of them, and they are going to be here. Don't you just love them? I especially liked the Stay Classy. She liked them both. She immediately, when she received them, because I mailed them out because of COVID, I couldn't be at her birthday. So immediately after she received the gifts, she messaged me that she really loved them, and my other sisters were there and they saw the Home is Where You Poop. And that was supposed to be a funny thing, just not to be taken seriously, and they loved it, and they requested I would stitch it up for them as well. So I'm going to, just in a little bit of different color. So I'm going to stitch it 2 times over. So those were my fully finished items, and I don't have any finishes at the moment. I looked back at my whip rate and saw that I have a lot of big ass projects. So I don't know how many finishes I will have this year, but we'll see. There are some of them that are my focus pieces and I want to finish them this year, but I don't think I'm going to be able to have 19 finishes for this year. We'll see. But this is my first finish for 2021, so yay! Let's show you my works in progress, or my whips, as they say. First one is my focus piece and my challenge piece. I only participate in one challenge this year, and that's #FC Finish Challenge 2021, which we, the Stitchketeers, Jantina Stitches, Lovely Stitches, The Rocking Stitcher, and Honeybee Stitcher on Instagram, Alice, hi Alice, came up with and are hosting. So if you have a full coverage piece you would like to finish this year, It doesn't matter if it's a HAED or a Tilton Crafts or any other full coverage piece. If you want to like finish your full coverage piece this year, please participate in our hashtag or stitch along or finish along. My focus piece for this year is Mini Gypsy Firefly by Aimee Stewart, charted by HAED. And I have to do a total of 523 stitches a week to finish it this year, and I'm up to speed. So luckily I was stitching on the black, but I wanted to fill in a little bit because the black is going to be boring after an amount of time, so I wanted to fill in. So I filled in parts of green, and this is where I'm at. I'm not taking it off the Q-snap right now because I am going to be working on it today. So I'm at a total right now of almost 63%. I started this year with 60, so I managed to stitch 3%. So, and I love this. So that's my Mini Gypsy Firefly. The next whip I worked on is Coffee Quaker by Heartstring Samplery, which I'm stitching with Charlene of the Witchy Stitchers, and I'm going to show you I made a mistake. So, but I'm not picking it out. So let's see if you can see it. What did I do? I finished up this motif. I finished up this. I did the F for first, and that's it, I think. And as you can see, I am off here. I'm not going to take it out because I'm not going to take it out. I'm just going to put 2021. It's a bit enthusiastic maybe, but I'm going to put 2021, or the year I'm going to finish it, here. And the motif that's going here is going to be fudged a little bit, but I like it anyway. So, and as you can see, I stitch the red parts or the reddish parts in blue. It's a lavendery color blue. So that's your update, Charlene. I love stitching this. This is on 40 count linen, in the colorway linen, and I don't know the brand. So that's Coffee Quaker, and yeah. The next whip, I really felt the need or urge to work on this again because it was a long time ago. This is Templar Prophecy by Long Dog Samplers. And I'm going to show you where I have gotten. I filled in this flower on top of the tail of the dragon, and I started my way going down on the border. So this is done on 20 count Bellana, which I hand dyed with beige. I didn't name my fabrics then, and I'm stitching this with Missus Sedas silk Darling. Is it Darling? Yeah, I think it's Darling, and it's a wonderful blue. So I really love this, and this is such a wonderful stitch. I am working on it. I converted my pattern to Pattern Keeper. I was stitching it from GoodNotes on my iPad, but I wanted to have it on Pattern Keeper, so I placed it on Pattern Keeper, and it works like a charm. So that's Templar Prophecy. The next one excuse me, allergies. I felt the urge as well. I felt a lot of urges since my last video. So a Stitch in Time Winter Quick Stitch by HAED, Aimee Stewart. I love these colors. And I was stitching this on the diagonal, but I'm not anymore. I just decided to go cross country because that's my method of stitching. So I'm going to show you how far I've gotten. I didn't write down how many percent I am in, but that's okay. This is what I've done. Maybe, yeah, this is what I've done. I love this. This is done on 18 count Aida and stitched with the called for DMCs, and I really like this, and I need to get back to this one again. My next piece is a very big piece because of the count of fabric. This is a focus piece as well. I told you in my last video I was going to stitch one focus piece a month besides my mini Gypsy Firefly, and that for January I chose A Perfect World because I want to finish this year. But I am going to stitch on this every Sunday for Sampler Sunday, and I am going to stitch on this every Sunday until it's finished. So this is going to be my Sunday focus piece, and it's A Perfect World by the Scarlett House, and I love this and I really want to finish it. Let's see if I can move my thread out of the way because I have been working on it, and let's see if I can show you how far I have gotten. This is what I've done. I worked on the house, the white house. All the white part is finished, and I was working on the roof last Sunday. So that's going to be finished, the roof, next Sunday. So this is done on 28 count white mustard by XJudesign, and I'm stitching this with a mix of DMC's and Victorian Motto sampler threads. And yeah, I really like this. And the house is big, but it stitches up quite fast. So, and once I've done the house, it will go quickly, I think. The next piece I am stitching with, again, Charlene and Morgan of the Witchy Stitchers. I started this 1.5 years ago in the summer, I think. It's Spring Fling by Brenda Gervais. I started this and then had to take out all the white part because I stitched the bottom part, but my stitches didn't look good, so I started over, but I'm going to show you. What I have done, and I hope it's showing up, but if I take a picture, this part is slightly off white as to this part. I don't know what happened. I'm stitching the white parts like this, vertical, but somehow it gives a different color or gradient of color, but I'm not taking it out anymore. I'm going to move on and just stitch on it. I really like this fabric. It's a 28 count, 28 or 32. Jobelan, which I hand dyed. It was a peachy colored fabric, and I hand dyed it or over dyed it with Flamingo Pink. So it really I don't know if it's showing up, but I really like this. And I am getting notifications. Normally I put my phone in airplane mode, but I forgot. So I hope I'm not going to be disturbed. So if so, I'm going to pause the video. The next one is a stitch along with the Stitchketeers. We last December met each other 1 year ago in 2019 at Dutchmania for the first time in real life. And we wanted to commemorate this with a friendship stitch along. So we chose a blue flower pattern. Most of them are working on the quilting bee. I didn't have that pattern, so I started Huckleberry Farm. And the hashtag is Stitchketeers Friendship Stitch Along, SAL. And last Friday we had a Zoom and Stitch again, and I was working on the roof of the house. And I believe that's done. So I can go down on the pattern and work on the house some more. And this is done on 32 count driftwood Murano by me with the called for threads. And I really like this. It's such a wonderful pattern and I love the colors, and it makes me happy when I'm working on it. The next pattern I was working on, because I saw, who did I see on Instagram? Jen Lee of Quirks and Stitches. I saw she was working on it and I immediately was drawn to it as well again. So I worked on Jenny Bean's Friendship Sampler by Shakespeare's Peddler, and I made a mistake as well in this pattern. Surprise! I'm going to show you. I was working on my first house and it's supposed to be red. Well, the brick part, or between the bricks, is red. It's a reddish red. But the other part is a brownish gray, a drab brown, I think. And I was looking through my magnifier to the pattern to see if I made a mistake somewhere, because it isn't, when you put it here, it isn't red at all. And I made a mistake because the pattern is, the symbols are so small and I didn't look too well to the pattern. So I used a different color than I was supposed to. So, but I really like it anyway. So I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to frog all those drab brown stitches. What I'm going to frog is this part. I was starting with the tree next to the house and I used the same drab brown color because that was the right symbol, but I don't like this and it's going to be too much of drab brown because there's going to be a fence here in the same color. No, I'm going to use a brownish color for the trunk of the tree. So, but this is Jenny Bean's Friendship Sampler and it's stitched on 32 count Lakeside linens. It was a limited edition and it didn't have a name. It was a fabric of the month. And yeah, I really love this fabric. So, other than that, I'm using the called for DMCs. And my last whip is a new start. I told you in my previous video I was going to soon be starting 2020 Pandemic Sampler by Sarsy Girl on Instagram and Flosstube. And I was waiting on Lydia Lovely Stitches because she had to order some threads for it. Well, they came. So last Tuesday, the 19th, I believe, I started this one together with Alice. Hi Alice. And Lydia. So I'm going to show you my start on it. And I hope it's showing up because I love the colors. I was contemplating on, let me show you again, contemplating on changing up the orange flowers to blue because that's more me, but I didn't. I just left it as is because the big red house is going to be off then, color-wise. So let's see. This is my start. And yeah, the yellowish mustardy color is not really showing up on camera, a little bit, in real life a whole lot more, but I love this. I love this. This is done on a 40 count Christie's sampler by me. I asked Christy of Sarcy Girl if she wouldn't mind if I named my fabric, which I used her instructions, if I named my fabric Christy Sampler, and she was okay with that. So that's my start. And yeah, I love this. So that's the 2020 pandemic sampler. Then let's see, what do I have to tell you? I have some haul and stitchy kindness. First, the stitchy kindness. As you all know, the Stitchketeers, we are friends and we talk on a daily basis. Sometimes we have around, when I'm off working, 80 new messages. Sometimes a couple, but we talk a lot. And we were talking about fully finishing and finishing items, and we just decided to send each other some finishing trims and that sort of thing. So this is what I got from Jantina. This card, love this. With these wonderful, wonderful finishing items. So thank you, Jantina. They will come in handy. And then I received this card from Lydia with a whole bunch of trims and laces, and yeah, love this. Thank you, Lydia. Then my haul. I wasn't supposed to, but I was watching, and there is my first shout out, Tiffin Stitches on Flosstube. And she showed a pattern, and I immediately stopped, paused the video, and went over on Etsy and bought the pattern. Because I thought this is a nice small fall piece. Well, was I wrong? This is Pumpkin Wagon, and I'm linking the shop below because the name of the shop escapes me right now, but I love this. But I was saying this was a nice small fall piece. This is deceivingly big because, or maybe it's not that big, but the amount of colors that are used in this pattern are, I believe, almost 90 colors. So I'm drawn to big patterns. I like big patterns, and I cannot lie. So yeah, it's going to be stitched either way, but it's going to be a hell of a lot of confetti. Then you've seen it all over Flosstube, but I couldn't be left behind because I bought Winds of Autumn, and I bought it solely, but I like all the patterns inside, solely because of this strawberry. I saw this, I think, a year and a half ago on Instagram, and fell in love and couldn't find the pattern, and now I realized this was a club piece, so it was never sold as a standalone pattern, but it's in this book. So, and I'm not going to flip through it because you've seen a lot of it already, but I love this, and Buy All the Blackbirds. So I bought that one, and then I bought, as soon as I saw that it had come out, I bought it. And yeah, let's just first show you. I bought American Gardens. Is this? Yeah, this is the right way. American Gardens by Historische Stickmuster. And I bought the PDF in the silk stitching app because I want to use the silk stitching app for this one, just to try it out. I really love it, but there are some things about silk stitching app that are maybe still worked on, because I wasn't able to print off a cover photo, so I had to screenshot this. And what I missed is printing off a key. You have a key, obviously, because you can stitch without, but it works like Pattern Keeper. But I wanted to see if I had all the DMCs, because I'm going to stitch it in DMCs. And I was looking for a way to print off the key, but I couldn't find one. So if you are familiar with the silk stitching app and you know a way, please tell me in the comments, because I wasn't able to. So I wrote them all down and looked at my DMC collection and ordered a couple I was missing and kitted it up, because I'm going to start it. It's another big one. Oh, that's another thing. It doesn't say a stitch count. You have to, at least that's what I have searched over and over, but I couldn't find a stitch count on the pattern. I had to look at the mock-up to see how many stitches were there. So I believe this is a 240 by 240, another big one, but I couldn't find it anywhere. So, but I am kitting this one up, and I'm close to have all my DMCs. I have ordered some DMCs and they are on their way. I am going to stitch it on a 32 count fabric of the month from Victorian Motto, which I was a member of a couple of years ago. And I think this is a beautiful fabric for that. I'm going to stitch it with the called for DMCs, which are gorgeous, but I'm missing some. So I think it's going to be wonderful. So that's going to be a start soonish. I'm not sure when I am going to start it and if I can contain myself if I receive my missing DMCs, but we will see. I just love this pattern so much. So that was my haul and my stitchy kindness part. And then I only have my shoutouts to share with you. I have been watching Flosstube and I came across a couple of new ones, or new to me ones. I'm going to list them below and I'm going to share them with you. The first one I came across was Candace K. I really love what she is stitching. And the next one is Tiffin Stitches, which I already mentioned earlier because of the pumpkin pattern. Then we have Love's Rubber Stamps and Needle Crafts. She has done several floss tubes and I don't know why I'm just now finding her. I really loved what she has done or showed on her Flosstube videos, so you need to go check her out. Then I came across, and that was Alice's fault. She mentioned her to me, Angie Stokes, like her. And the last one is Hedgerow Stitching. She is from the UK and does a lot of samplers, and yeah, I like samplers, so go watch them and give them some Flosstube love. So that's all for now. I am going to thank you for watching, and I hope you stay safe. We are in a lockdown again, or a severe lockdown. We have a curfew now, or at least of this weekend. We need to be inside at around 9 o'clock, I believe, until 5 in the morning, and we can't be outside without an explanation as to why you are outside. So yeah, it's a more severe lockdown because the cases are more severe than earlier. So I hope you stay safe, I hope you are well, and thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in 2 weeks. Thanks. Happy stitching. Bye.